The moment you open your mouth to explain yourself, you've already lost. Picture it, an accusation lands, a subtle jab at a dinner party, a questioning of your competence in a meeting, a lover twisting your words. You feel the heat rise in your chest, your brain screaming that you're misunderstood, that the truth must be corrected immediately. So you speak, you clarify, you justify, you offer context, and in that exact second, you've handed them your throat. Why? Because the world doesn't judge you by the truth of your words, it judges you by the desperation of your delivery. The one who explains is the one who submits. The one who defends is the one who accepts the other person's authority to judge them. This is a brutal truth that Niccolò Machiavelli, the master of power dynamics, understood centuries ago. He knew that power isn't about being right, it's about who holds the frame. And the moment you defend yourself, you step into their frame. You become the defendant in their courtroom. But what if you didn't? What if, when the attack comes, you did the one thing that terrifies a manipulator more than anything else? What if you didn't jump? Most people live as emotional puppets, pulled by the strings of others' opinions. Someone frowns, they apologize. Someone accuses, they explain. They exist in a constant state of reactive defense, trying to prove they're good, smart, or worthy. It's a miserable way to live, a slow suffocation of the soul. But there's another way, a path of detachment, sovereignty, and psychological impenetrability. A path where insults don't just bounce off you, they dissolve before they even touch you. This isn't about being cold or arrogant, it's about a fundamental shift in where you derive your reality. Today, we're diving into the psychology of non-defense. We'll explore why your biology betrays you in these moments and how to override it with a strategy Machiavelli would have whispered to a prince. I'll show you how to flip the tower dynamic instantly, make the attacker doubt their own sanity, and use silence not as an absence of noise, but as a weapon of mass destruction against their ego. But be warned, this requires you to kill a part of yourself that you've been feeding since childhood, the part that begs to be understood, that needs permission. If you can kill that need, you become dangerous. You become untouchable. Let's begin. Why do you defend yourself? It starts in childhood. Think back to when you were 5 years old, accused of something by a parent or teacher. What was the only way to escape punishment? Explanation. I didn't break it, it fell. I didn't hit him, he hit me first. You learned that authority figures held the power of judgment, and your survival depended on convincing them you were good. The problem? You grew up, but your psyche didn't. You're still projecting that authority figure onto everyone you meet, your boss, your partner, even strangers on the internet. When you defend yourself, you're subconsciously saying, "You're the judge, I'm the child, please accept my plea so I can feel safe again." It reeks of weakness, and primal as we are, humans can smell submission from a mile away. Machiavelli wrote, "It is much safer to be feared than loved." Translate that to modern social dynamics, it's much safer to be respected than understood. When you rush to defend, you're prioritizing being understood over being respected. You're saying, "Please get me, please see my intent." But a king doesn't explain his decree to the peasant. A lion doesn't explain its hunt to the gazelle. The moment you start rambling, giving reasons, bringing up past events, or showing texts, you've signaled that your internal stability depends on their agreement. You've given them the key to your house, and once they have it, they can trash the place whenever they want. The power of silence. Imagine this. Someone throws a verbal jab at you. You're being incredibly selfish right now. The old you would say, "No, I'm not. I did X, Y, and Z for you yesterday." But the Machiavellian approach, you look at them, you hold eye contact, you don't blink. You let the silence hang for 3, 4, 5 seconds. What happens in that silence? It's a psychological vacuum. The human brain is terrified of silence during conflict. It signals a rupture in the social fabric. When you stay silent, you're mirroring their energy back at them, forcing them to sit in the tension they created.
Usually, they'll crumble. They'll speak again to fill the void. I mean, you're not always selfish, but just right now, why are you looking at me like that? Suddenly, they're defending themselves against your silence. The power has flipped. This is the gray rock method weaponized. You become a void, and a void cannot be attacked. You can't punch mist. You can't cut water. By refusing to provide the resistance of a defense, you cause their attack to pass right through you and unbalance them. The art of agree and amplify. Sometimes silence isn't enough. Sometimes the situation requires words, but never defensive words. If you must speak, you use the aikido of conversation. There's a concept in dark psychology called agree and amplify. It creates cognitive dissonance in the attacker. If someone accuses you of something absurd, defending yourself validates the absurdity. Instead, you lean into it. You exaggerate it until it becomes a caricature. Attacker, you're so obsessed with money. You're greedy. Defensive you, no, I'm not. I just want to provide for my family. Machiavellian you caught me. I actually swim in a vault of gold coins like Scrooge McDuck every Tuesday. It's terrible for my back. You say it with a flat face or a slight amused smirk. What have you done here? You've refused to be insulted. You've proven you're not insecure about the topic. You've turned their serious attack into a joke. You've established that you are the one framing the reality, not them. This strips the attacker of their weapon. They wanted to hurt you. Instead, you took their knife and peeled an apple with it. The ultimate defense. The ultimate defense isn't a verbal technique, it's self-knowledge. It's looking into your own darkness, owning your flaws, and accepting your shadow. When you know you're capable of selfishness and someone calls you selfish, you say, sometimes yes. When you know you're capable of cruelty and someone calls you cruel, you say, I can be. You cannot shame a person who's already accepted themselves. This is what it means to be untouchable. It means you've integrated the parts of yourself others try to use against you. You become transparent. The light passes through. The arrows pass through. You're no longer a fortress that needs defending. You're the wind. The challenge. Here's the challenge. For the next 7 days, play the game of no defense. No matter what happens, no matter how small the accusation, you're forbidden to explain yourself. If you're late, say, I'm late. Don't give the reason. If someone misunderstands you, let them misunderstand. Sit in the fire of that discomfort. Feel the urge to fix it, to manage their perception, to be the good guy, and let that urge burn to ash. Watch what happens. Watch the confusion, the respect, the strange magnetism that follows. People are drawn to certainty, and nothing screams certainty louder than a person who doesn't need to explain why they exist. Reclaim your energy, plug the leaks in your soul, step out of the role of the child and into the role of the sovereign. Keep your mystery, keep your power, keep your silence, because the world loves a reaction, and you're done giving it one.